All right, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see everyone. Let's fix this real quick. Yeah, so today going to be continuing more work on the Gunforged UI. The big culprit that needs to be addressed is this sort of player stats UI, which currently shows the guns that you have equipped. So it basically shows you all the stats for your left and your right gun, and then it shows you also the passives that you have currently for the run. And so I'm kind of trying to use my new UI sort of style and animation to update this, but it's going to be a little bit tricky, I think. So anyway, that's what we're going to be working on this stream. Before I get into it, again, I want to mention that I've got my Udemy courses available for purchase. So if you want to support my work and learn how to make a game in the Godot engine, check out the links in the description below. I've also got a number of other ways you can support me, so be sure to check out all those links. Namely, I think it would be great if you could wishlist Gunforged so that when that comes out, you are notified of it. And also sign up for my email list at firebelly.com. All right, so with all of that out of the way, let's get right into it. Hello, Eric Grove Art. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you again. Hello, Luca. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Eraton. Good to see you. All right, let's get right into it. So yeah, so I'm reworking this screen, trying to leverage, like I said, the UI system that I've been working on with the chains and the animations and stuff. It might get a little bit overwhelming on this screen though, so yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes. So this, it's going to be very tricky because there can be a lot of passives there. Blood golem, blood hit, dash change. So I'm just going to add some items here. So I'm just, for testing purposes, adding a couple of more passives that will show up when I run the scene here. Did that not work? Okay, hold on a second. Let's fix some of these bugs here. I wonder why that's not working. Hello, Blair William. Good to see you. How long have you been working on Gunforged? Just about 4 years, yeah. When Gunforged is finally done, what I want to do is do like a retrospective going over the entire history of the game. I think that'd be really cool. I wonder why this isn't working. Assertion failed. I don't know what assertion failed means. Blood Brothers. Oh, that's because this is wrong. Whoops, this is Blood Golem. Alright, that should fix it. So I'm just trying to get some passives in the UI here so I can actually start working with them. There we go. Okay. So yeah, these things need to... Oh, this is going to be a little bit tricky. What I might need to do is do my... So I'm using a grid container for this. But I kind of want all of these to... Well... We're going to have to play around with some things. Might not end up looking good. But I think that's just how it's going to go. So we'll just try some things here. So that has a 24 pixel gap there. What's this one? This should be 24 as well, at a minimum. Probably make it wider actually. Do 32 there and then 32 there. Okay, so put a little bit more gap between those things. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do about these passive ingots here. Instead of using a grid container, I might just do 3 VBox containers. Yeah, I might do 3 VBox containers, one for each column here. And that way I can just use a couple of sets of chains going through the entire columns. But again, that might just be too much. Hello, Ariane. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Well, let's just try it, you know. We're not gonna know how it is until we get it. So this passives container here, this needs to actually change into a HBox container. Okay. Okay. So this needs to have a separation of something like 16 or maybe 32, maybe 48. Yeah, that'll work. Wish I could see this better, but oh well. So these passive ingots, let's do this. Add child node, VBox container. Let's make this as container sizing, expand. Oh, you know what? This probably needs to be expand as well. Or rather fill. There we go. Okay. So let's do this. Column 1. I guess I'll call this passive. Passive column 1. Okay, let's go ahead and add instantiate passive ingot. What does that look like? Okay, that's looking like it'll be somewhat acceptable. Except I guess I don't want... I probably want... This HBox container probably wants to be centered there. Yeah, that's the way I want to do it. And then for this one... Okay, I think this is more appropriate. There we go. Okay, so we're back to basically what we had before. And now we can figure out how to do this. So the reason I split this up into columns is because now I wish I could see this better. Actually, I might be able to. There we go. So we'll just turn off clip contents for now. So the reason I did that is because when I get another passive ingot there, which by the way, this probably needs to have its separation upped a little bit. There we go. So I'm just going to do one set of chains basically going down to the last item in the list there, or I guess in the VBox container. So let me think about how I'm going to do that. So I need those markers, marker 2D, and they'll just end up going somewhere like this. But I need these to change their position as this grows. And I think the way to do that, what is going to be the way to do that? That's a good question. I suppose I could just change their Y position. I could just set their Y position to like the bottom minus some value. That'll probably work. Yeah, that'll probably work. Okay. So let's get this all configured though. So we need to distribute those passives that are being iterated over across the columns. So I think the way to do that is going to be to transform this into a traditional loop here. For int equal, or for var I equals 0. I is less than passive resources dot count I plus plus. So to determine the column, do we want to use a mod? I think we want to use a mod, right? Let's do this. Private. We'll grab a control node of passive columns and then we'll assign that here. Passive columns is equal to new implicitly typed array. No best type found. What? Okay. So then we got to get a reference to all these. Passive column 1, passive column 2, all that good stuff. So we'll get a reference to all that. Node private, I'll just type them as controls. Passive column 1. Okay, change this one to 2. And change this one to 3. And we'll just put those in there. Okay, so there's our passive columns. Now, if I'm doing my logic correctly, what I should be able to do is basically just say var column index is equal to I mod 3. Passive columns, column index. So then we're getting the column that it needs to be added in. And then we'll just go ahead and rework this a little bit. Passives container, this needs to change. So we actually don't want a reference to that. What we want instead is we want to do for each var column in passive columns. In here, we're going to do passive column dot remove, or rather column removing queue free children. So we're just removing anytime we call update player passives, it's just going to remove the existing passives and then reinstantiate anything. So this now needs to become parent, or I guess I'll call this column instead for clarity. All right, so let's see if that works. I'm kind of expecting that I've made a slight error here, but let's see. Hello, Fox Shadow. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Blood Brothers, Blood Torrent, and For Real. Okay, that seems to be working. Let's just add another one. Dash clear bullets. Okay, that seems to be working great. Good, all right. So now we have to update these markers. I'll just do it for this column first. Passive column 1 marker left. Okay. I'll grab a reference to the right one. Probably could extract this out to a separate scene so I don't have so much duplicate code, but that might be overkill in this case. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. But basically what needs to happen is after these columns, or after these passives get added to the columns, we need to move those markers. So I'm just going to do this again. This is going to be really hacky, but, or just not hacky, but just like kind of unclean. So we're going to change the position to be equal to, of that marker anyway. We're going to change that position to be equal to new vector 2. We'll do 8 pixels over, and then we're going to do the passive column 1 dot size dot y minus 8. And then for the right word position, vector 2, we want to do passive column 1 dot size dot x, and we're going to do minus 16 this time. Okay. All right, time to see if that just works. So, oh, the other thing that I need to do is I need to create a series of pass-through controls here. I thought there was some sizing off there, but it looks fine. Okay. So that is fine. Let's go ahead and instantiate that chain panel animator component here. And we're going to do column 1. Autoplay is fine. Play and delay, let's do 6. Okay. I'm not super hopeful that this is going to look great, but I want to see what it looks like. Speed scale 2, disable rotation, duration 0. Okay, let's see. Hello, Solo Leveling. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. Okay, there's some errors here. Object, oh. Right. I guess I could just move these underneath the pass-through control instead. Yeah, that'll probably fix that. Okay, that is not quite doing what I want it to do, but it's getting there. It's probably going to be too messy. I don't know. Hello, Luan. Hope things are going well today. I am doing well, thank you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Let's do this. Let's do gd.print column.size. And then we'll print both of these marker positions and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so it's not updating the size after that column gets added. What if I do get combined minimum size? Is that going to give me the updated number? Maybe that's what I need to use. Nope, that's not going to work either. Okay. Okay, interesting. So I might need to do this update in a deferred manner. So maybe I'll do that. Update chains. So I'm going to create an update chains here. Callable.from update chains.call deferred. All right, let's see what that does. Okay, so now we've got the chains going through both. So it looks like they're kind of attached in the same way. Again, there's probably too many chains here, but let's just add them all and then we'll see what's going on. And if I need to figure something out, then I'll figure something else out. I might be able to do something clever. But we'll see. In any case, this one needs to be on the back. So it's rendering behind the other chain, so there's some proper depth there. These also need to look like they come from the back. So how am I going to do that? If I take this passives container, can I render this behind the parent? Let's see. Visibility, show behind parent. All right, let's see if that works. Nope. Those need to come in behind passives and title container. Oh, I think I changed it on the wrong thing. This one. Okay. Nice. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Okay. I watched the pixel art tutorial. It was nice. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. I've been checking your project folder structure. Would that be a good topic for a future video? That's something that I always wonder when hearing more or learning more about Godot. Yeah, I could make a video on that. I don't think that there's any hard and fast rules about project organization, but I could certainly go over how I organize it. I think with Gunforged, what I did is I separated the scripts out from the scenes. I probably wouldn't do that today if I was starting a new project. Probably keep the scripts alongside the scenes here. I would still have a scripts folder for like standalone C# scripts, but yeah, I think I'd probably just put the actual scripts alongside the scenes that they're scripting. Yeah, there's kind of like I think that's the biggest consideration, honestly, because some people think that you should put everything, like all the assets that go with a scene, alongside the scene. I don't tend to agree with that because I tend to reuse a lot of assets. So for instance, if I have sound effects, like in my audio directory here, I might use the same hit sound effect across a bunch of different entities, or I might, use the same sound effect to indicate 2 different attacks in 2 different entities. And it's like, if you include the sound effect right alongside the entity scene, does that mean you duplicate the sound effect? So I actually don't like combining all the assets and putting them alongside the scenes. So I usually split out my assets into its own directory here where I put all of the sound effects, music, sprites, all that kind of stuff. And then resources are anything like shaders and custom resources and everything. And again, it's because if you're going to save a resource, it's probably because you're going to use it across multiple different scenes. So it doesn't really make sense to me to include a saved resource alongside a scene file. It makes sense to put that in its like own place as like an indicator that these are things that are reusable or referenced by anything. But then when you get to the scenes, I think it probably is appropriate to store the scripts alongside the scenes. But you can also split out the scripts into your own. The big thing about splitting scripts out into its own folder structure is that, you know, I think it's a good idea to match the folder structure to the scene folder structure. And if those get out of sync, that can be a little bit annoying. So there's like pros and cons to all kinds of different approaches, but that's generally how I think about it. And honestly, what I would probably do, yeah, I don't know. There's pros and cons to every approach. Hello, Christian Lorenz. Greetings from Argentina. Hello, hello. Could have a shared assets folder for assets that are reused. Yeah, that's true. Membership is not enabled on your channel. No, I was thinking about doing that, but I need to think about like what the membership tiers would be. And I haven't put that much thought into that yet. Right now, my sole focus is getting Gunforged out, and then I will evaluate how to proceed with, you know, memberships and developing the next game or updating courses or making a new course. Like what I'm going to do exactly in the next couple months is kind of up in the air. So, but the main priority is to get Gunforged out, and then I can evaluate based on the success or lack thereof of Gunforged. I can kind of evaluate what my next step is, because like the main consideration that I have now is how do I extend my budget, right? And so what I do is going to depend on how successful Gunforged is, because if Gunforged is super successful, I probably won't put a lot of effort into Udemy courses. But if it's not super successful, then I probably will, and I'll probably focus on channel memberships and all that stuff. So yeah, it's hard to say, but I didn't see too much of your game, but it looks awesome, so smooth. Thank you, yeah. I'm so excited to get it out, but there's still a lot of work to do. I still have to make the entire third arena. I have to make I have to finish the skeleton snake boss that I was making for the graveyard arena, and I have to make or overhaul the existing boss for the graveyard arena. Then I'm going to do the third arena, and I have to make 2 bosses for that, plus, you know, 6 or 7 or 8 different enemy types for that third arena. So there's a lot of work to do. I still have to do sound effects. I still have to commission more music tracks and everything. So, but all of that really shouldn't take more than a couple months. So, but just gotta get through it. A date to release in mind. Well, I was hoping by the end of December, but honestly, probably will push that back to be the end of January instead. But we'll see. If I might just like go really hard the next couple months and have it ready by the end of December. But that's also around the holidays too, so maybe it just from a marketing perspective would be better to wait. You have a pretty good point in reusability. I have to admit that I've been leaning towards having all resources for a scene in the same place. Give me some things to think about. Yeah, not like Arno suggested, you can have a shared like reusable resources folder, or assets folder rather, for anything that he's used in multiple places. Okay, we're gonna come back to working on this really quick, except I actually just need to take a quick break. So give me a couple of seconds and I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Let's get right back into it. So, yeah, so I want to get these other columns working as well and just see what it looks like. So, I want some more pass-through controls. Oops, get rid of that. That's fine. Wait a minute. I did that wrong. Okay, so passive column 2. I highly recommend the Secrets of Grindia. The boss attack patterns are really good. You can inspire and get some ideas. Okay, I'll check that out. Secrets of Grindia. Okay. Yeah, probably would be a good idea to abstract this column into its own thing. Might as well just set up the code now for the third one. Okay, if I did everything correctly, these should all be hooked up now. So let's take a gander at it and we'll see what's going on. Probably going to be way too many chains, so I'm going to have to figure out. Oops, something's wrong. Oh, I know what's wrong. I did not add column 3 chain panel animator component. Okay, let's take a gander at this now. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, that looks a little bit messy, but there was something that I wanted to try, and that is maybe I can use some kind of clever gradients to hide the chains that are further in the back so they're not so apparent. That will create some depth and perhaps give a little bit more visual clarity to what's going on here. The problem is I have no clue how I'm going to accomplish that. So what we're going to do is we're going to flounder our way through it until we figure it out. So I think what I can probably do is insert some... Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I think I could probably do some textures. So if I do a texture, do I want to do a texture rect? Yeah, so if I do a texture rect, I want this to be column 1, column 2, column. So if I put a texture rect there, and I take this anchor preset and I say top wide, but then I change the minimum size here. Well, actually, do I need to do that? Let's try this first. Let's do a gradient texture 1D. No, gradient texture 2D. Okay. Let's turn this on. We want to go from the top to the bottom. The gradient is going to be a purple color. Let's do like a dark purple, I guess. And then the second color is going to be that same dark purple, but alpha 0. And can I change the height of this? Yes, I can. I have no clue if that's going to work, but let's take a gander. I'm going to stop saying gander. I don't typically say that word, but seems like a good word to use. Okay, so the gradient is kind of working. Not as I had hoped, though, because I want some of the chains to render on top of it. So now comes the work of trying to figure out what the heck is going on. If I do... I think I made a change where I changed this z index to -1. So perhaps that's what I need to do here, so that they're on the same z index. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, you can see that some of the chains now are sort of faded out. I will tweak that a little bit, but I just want to get it working. So then I want to do another one on top of that and see what happens. Probably make the gradient even larger. So you can see that here, these ones are very much faded out. This second one here is not that faded out. I can probably change the color of this. I wonder if that would help. Yeah. We'll see what that does. Okay, and then I can change... Oh, I hope I didn't accidentally... Oh, I did. I forgot to make this unique. Let's try that again. And then what happens if I take this one and make it even larger? Well, probably not that large. Yeah, I think that these probably shouldn't follow the scroll container. Or probably should scroll with it, I mean. But then I'm going to lose the ordering, I think. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose the ordering now. Yeah, I don't know. I have to do some tricksy stuff with the z-index. Oops. Yeah, I'd have to do some tricksy stuff. I could do something like, let me just try this. Do I have a scroll container? Yeah. So scroll container dot get v scroll bar dot scroll. Is there a way to get? I guess I'll have to look at the v scroll bar docs. How far along is it scrolled? Oh, okay. Range value. I guess we'll try that. Var top scroll. And then what I can do is I can say gradient texture 1. Get a reference to gradient texture 2 as well. Var top position is equal to new vector 2 0 negative top scroll. That's a double. Why is that a double? Gradient texture 1 dot position is equal to top position. Gradient texture 2 dot position is equal to top position. All right, is that going to work? Let's figure it out. Did not work. Oh, that's because... Oh, gradient texture rect. What is going on? Oh, okay. Should have done the rename instead of just... It's fine. It's fixed. Okay, that seems to work. So I'm basically just faking the fact that those are scrolling with it. Now, I think what I can do now is I might feel more comfortable taking this and making it larger. Yeah. I don't know if this is helping supremely, but... Ooh. That was weird. I guess it's not terrible. The scroll just makes the animation look bad, but I don't think it's actually... Yeah, it's not actually messing anything up. I wonder if I did this. Take this gradient, slide this over just a little bit, make it more opaque. Maybe I'll do the same for this one as well. I don't know, I'm just kind of fiddling. Try to find something that looks decent. Now the question is, how's that actually going to look in the game? Ooh, that doesn't look good at all. Look at that. It's because I have no passes right now. But that also doesn't look terrible, though, with the gradients and whatnot. I might even make this gradient. I might even make this more extreme. Yeah, I might even do that. Although, is that going to make it... That might make it scroll when it's not actually scrollable. Yeah, now I can scroll and it's like, there's nothing here. Okay. So I just need to reduce this to like 320 or something. Okay, and then the other thing to do is to... Let's do this. Column.visible is equal to false. Column.visible is equal to true. So by setting the column visible to false, that should prevent the chains from rendering if there is nothing to show, because the chains will detect like their global visibility. Oh, I guess I was wrong. That's because, oh, the markers are not children of the columns. They're children of the pass-through controls. Okay, I'm gonna do something very... This whole script is just hacky, mostly just because I'm trying to figure out if what's gonna work, so I'm doing a bunch of bad things in here, but it's also a relatively simple screen, so I don't know if I need to be super dogmatic about making it nice, but I'm sure I will regret this decision at some point. So I'm gonna do this. Not nice at all, but we'll see. Okay, so that's working now. Now let's try to add, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Let's add passive blood column. Can I do that? Nope. Now, why is that? Oh, because the other ones are invisible now. You know what I might do? What is the size here? 150 in the X. So I'm going to make these passive columns. Layout custom minimum size 150 in the X. Let's see if that fixes it, because that passive should start over to the left. I don't know if this is going to work though. Okay, yeah, that worked. Let's add another one. That is currently going above the current passives as well. Needs to go behind it. But I think that this is looking much nicer now. With the gradients, there's less noise with the chains. Still a little bit noisy getting down here, but I'm not so sure that that's such a terrible thing. Maybe I'll pull that purple, that lighter purple gradient down a little bit more. But generally speaking, I think it's okay. We'll see. Let's add one more passive and just make sure. What are my passive names here? Zap. Thunderstorm. Okay, this is looking pretty good actually. So there's a couple of things that I want to do. I like the shade of purple you've gone with, looking really nice with the gradient. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's looking all right. I think it's looking all right. So I want that current passives label there. I want that to say no passives when there's no passives. Oh my goodness. Passive resources.count is equal to 0. Passives label.text is equal to no passives. And while I'm in here, I'm going to change this. This container does need to show behind parent, I believe. Yes, okay. Now the ordering is all correct. Okay. Let's go into the game now and see what happens. I should see that there's no passives when I open this. Why is that stuck up there? Do you see that? That's odd. It's like stuck up there. Anyway. All of them are stuck up there like that. Very interesting. I wonder why that's happening. I guess we got another mystery to solve. Okay. Let's do a little bit of cleanup here. Fix up some of these markers here. Make them a little bit more even in terms of the padding that's on each side. Okay, that looks a little bit more even now. Cool, very cool. What are the pass-through control nodes? It's a good question. So you may or may not be aware, you in particular, but also anyone watching, that Godot automatically manages the position and size of children of containers. So in other words, the containers in a top-down fashion decide the positioning and the size of each of their children based on the size flags and other factors and whatnot. And this actually makes it really hard to animate UI nodes that are children of containers because Godot is going to constantly try to update the position and size. And so when you want to animate something, tweens and animation players can be a little bit unreliable in terms of animating those things, because you'll sometimes get into situations where they'll be fighting, where it keeps trying to snap back to the position that the parent container wants the child to be in, but your animation is trying to pull the child, to some other position or whatever, or scale or something like that. So what I did is I created a custom container called a pass-through. I guess I should call this pass-through container. And basically what this does is that the only thing that it does is it modifies its own position, or modifies its own size based on the size flags of its first non-pass-through child. So basically what I can do is, I don't know how to demonstrate this. I guess if I just open up a new scene, I'll make it really quick. Let's see. Okay, so let's say that I have an HBox container here, and I want the custom minimum size to be 200 by 200, and then I also want the layout container sizing flags to be shrink center, shrink center. Well, because this is a child of a margin container, it's not going to be really animatable. But if I go ahead and add a pass-through control, and then I put an HBox container there, what you'll notice is that the pass-through control now, as soon as I've added that HBox container as a child, the pass-through control has adopted the custom minimum size and the shrink center flags of its child. And since the pass-through control is a very bare-bones script, this is the entirety of the script, and it's also not explicitly setting the position of the child, except in... Is it even doing that? It's doing it here on do sort, which is like the initial setup phase, just to reset the position to 0. But other than that, it's not directly controlling the position of its child, which means now that I can animate this HBox container freely, and the pass-through control, by adopting the size flags and the size of its child, is basically acting as like the placeholder that keeps the flow of the elements proper still, meaning the layout, right? So the margin container has this 200 by 200 square right in the center of it that's being held by this pass-through control, which is based on the dimensions of this HBox container. However, now with this structure, I can animate this HBox container however I want, and that's not going to mess with the flow of the container, of the margin container, and it's not going to fight against me. The pass-through control is not going to fight against me because it's not actively updating the position and size of its children. So anyway, that's a very brief overview of what that pass-through control does and why I'm using it. Was there something else that I was going to do? No, I think this is looking actually pretty good. Oh yeah, I need to figure out why those are getting stuck at the top. It's probably related to... It's probably related to the scroll bar. Somehow. Is it going to get worse if I remove those? Or do I need to have... Maybe I need to have clip children on again? Or clip contents, rather? Probably not, but we'll see. Beats having to reparent nodes out of their container parents just to animate. Yeah, exactly. It's just like you can set it all up in the editor in like a fire and forget manner, and I'm planning on doing or releasing that script at some point, but I need to test it out with more with layouts that can dynamically change, you know? Because there is one situation where it is setting the position, but I could probably just change that so that it only sets the child, because it has to reset the child to 0, 0 when the layout is changing, because you can't undo that through the editor. Like Godot will not allow you to change the size and positioning of a node that's a child of a container. So, but sometimes setting up the pass-through control tree ends up with the child being sort of like out of position. So I have to reset the position to 0 here, which is happening every time do sort is called. But I think what I could probably do is just only apply this reset in the editor itself. So that way, if you're like in an actual game scenario where, let's say you have a dynamic UI that can change with the screen size, that when this do sort is called, it's not going to interfere with any active animations. I have to do some testing on that, but I think that's probably going to be okay. Actually, you know what? I might as well just do that now. Because if I do it now, then I'll be able to just have this passively working this way in my game, and then I'll notice if there's any weirdness related to that. Okay, I think this is looking great. So there's a couple of other changes I want to make to this screen, but I'm going to go ahead and commit this. So what I want to do is I want to sort the passives by display name. So we'll order by title here. I'm wondering if that's just going to work right away, or if I'll need to change that. Blood Brothers, For Real, Thunderstorm, and Zap. I think that's the proper order. Let's try adding Zap first, just to make sure. Zap, Thunderstorm. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so now that's alphabetical. Because I was wondering, I was having problems with that when I was playtesting. It's like, ooh, I just got another stack of that passive. How many stacks do I have now? And I don't remember the order that these were in before, but I knew the name of it and I couldn't find it. I had to like scan through everything. So now that it's alphabetical, hopefully that just makes it easier if you know the name of the passive to find it in here. So yeah. Order by name. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's pull this up. So I completed the inventory screen. I just dragged this one over. Look at this done list. Got to do a video on all this stuff. 77 items. There's this one. I need to make the pause menu quit button work differently depending on if I'm in the hub level versus during a run. Tracking statistics is something that I need to do before the demo. So basically everything in this list is stuff that I need to do before the demo. This is not an exhaustive list. There's a lot of things that I need to do that aren't listed here, but everything in here is basically something that needs to be done. Level select needs to change. Track statistics. Update death screen. That's a good one. That would be a fun one to do on a stream. Let's see what I can do about this pause menu quit. So the issue here is that if I click the quit button, I want that to, if I'm in this hub room here, if I click quit, I want that to close the game like it does. But if I'm in an actual level, I want it to be more like an abandoned run. So that's kind of what I need to do, but right now it's the same. So I think one way to handle that so this quit button here. Let me see if I can do this. So on quit pressed. So we'll do get base level. Cool. So I'm just going to do this. Export private bool, or no, public bool. Bool is hub. So do this. If this get base level dot is hub equals true or equals false. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to quit the game. We want to do a screen transition. Basically, this is what we want. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that works. Well, I have to build this first, and then for my hub level, I need to set that flag. Is hub, boom. All right, let's see what happens. So I should still be able to quit out of the game there. But if I go into, I'll probably want to add a confirmation screen as well. Maybe that would be a good thing to add. But let's see, so I had to quit. That just takes me right back to the hub here. Perfect. Nice. Nice. That's pretty seamless, actually. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, definitely want a confirmation screen because I have a feeling that that's going to be something that's going to be somewhat easy to accidentally hit, but... That's not right, is it? Bullets going around that or above that? I don't think it really matters, though. I mean, I have... My bullets are basically just in the foreground. Ooh, loot goblin. Might as well do a little bit of a playtest, huh? Oh, I should have let my loot goblin get that. Do I want to do a heart sacrifice? I can use my reroll on this screen too? Oh, that's a bug, but I might as well leave it. Let's do it. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, all right. This is why you playtest. Do I want any of these? Let's just go for Blood Brothers early. Okay, let's try it out. Nice. Can I get all the way to Lowrider Spider? Let's figure it out. Let's do increased stamina. That's a good one. Let's get rid of those. That's a modest DPS increase. Put it there. That's also a modest. Oh, but the capacity goes way down. Yeah. Pierce, though. I'm gonna put Pierce on this one. See if I can. Last time I did a playthrough on stream, I got ridiculously powerful, so we're gonna see if that happens again. Reload both guns on dash. Or thunderstorm. Let's do thunderstorm. Ooh, that's a big DPS increase. There. There's a DPS increases here too, but I lose a rune slot, so I don't want to do that. Sweet. Going so good, going so good. So far so good. I mean, going so good is also appropriate. All right, thunderstorm times 2, let's do that. Finally, okay, we got some bleed here. This is always a massive DPS increase. Let's put it on the right gun. It's always a that worm receiver is always a massive DPS increase. So I wonder what's going on there. That's a big DPS increase too. Fire rate goes down. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Bubble sniper. Okay, now we're talking. I've got the blood golem. Should be activated now. Although none have spawned. Oh, there's one. Grease ball, all clear. It really wants me to have this grease ball. I'm going to use my reroll actually right now. Get down, Mr. President. Yes, thank you. Ooh, 5 rune slots. Let's do that. Let's do oil. Let's do another lightning. What do we got going on here? Blood torrent, nice. Inflict maximum blood stacks on enemies when taking damage. Cool. All right, that sounds good to me. Bananas and bubbles. This is the bananas and bubbles build. Oh, another thunderstorm. Yeah, I'll probably take that one. This is a straight DPS increase, so equip that one over there. Ooh, that's a big DPS increase. I lose a rune slot though, which is fine. Put that there. Actually, I am going to switch to fire because I want to start getting some fire things. Ooh, what's this? No, none of these are good. Okay. I only have 2 health anyway. I can't really spare any. Ooh, it's getting hairy. Alrighty. Increased health, yes. Give me that. That's a big, well, not really that big of a DPS increase over there, actually. Do I want to do any of this stuff? That's a pretty good one. I lose a rune slot, though. I've got a shock grenade. Should I just go full shock? So if I do that, I'll put another shock stack on there. Pierce is good. I still need the blood. Oh, let's put shock grenade in one of those places. Yeah. Okay. We can get rid of these. Sell all these oils. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Okay. These lightning bullets are so erratic. It's fine. Oof, that was a bad situation I was just in right there. Did not die, though. Ow. Okay. Increased health or zap. Or for real. I should probably take the health. Okay, got another. I'm really not making use of this fire, so I'm going to put that to blood and shock instead. That's kind of how my build is shaping up right now, so we'll just do blood and shock. Oh, this is the boss. Okay. Yeah, I am not doing as much DPS as I was doing last run. I must have just had a really good run last time. But it's okay. Still doing a respectable amount of DPS. I think the lowrider spider is definitely going to be harder this time around. Assuming I don't get like any crazy DPS increases. Cheese meteors. Okay. Almost there. Oof. Dang it. Ooh, I got hit again. Wow. Slipped up a bit right there. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to... Well, I could take Berserk. Get down, Mr. President. That one's cool too, but I don't have much oil going on here. Berserk. I'll take the get down, Mr. President. I think I need the extra defensive. These are not good options. I'm going to re-roll. Okay, there we go. Okay. Wave 11, here we go. There's a health globe, thank you. Ooh, I almost took a shot right there. I'm not doing so hot. Ooh, there's a health globe, yes. Okay. Increase movement speed, yes, thank you. Do I want to do another reroll? I'm kind of hurting on DPS here, honestly. I might do another reroll, let's see. Ooh, that was a good choice. Yes, give me that. DPS. I guess it's going to be a good DPS boost for this one over here too. Let's get rid of one of the shock stacks and then put that over there. Yeah. Okay, that should just generally be good. Another health globe, nice. All right, going well. Getting there. All clear. Let's do that one, yeah. Let's just sell all those. I wonder if my dash clear clears those like artillery bullets. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Maybe I should change that. Oof. Okay. All right. We're getting there. I'm really curious to see how the... Ooh, another get down, Mr. President. I'm actually going to take quickness again. I'm curious to see how the lowrider spider goes. Ooh, another quickness. Nice. 45% increased movement speed. Let's go. Yeah, once I add a bunch... I'm going to add a bunch more passives and then do some more playtesting. Because I think right now what's happening is that the pool of available passives has gotten pretty small. So I'm just getting like duplicates of things now, which is fine. But in order to have meaningful choices as the game goes on, I think I just need to have more passive options. It's feeling good though. I might as well take Zap. That's just free rune slots, so I'll take that one. Might as well slap, what is this? Bullet split. Yeah, I might as well slap the bullet split on that. Let's do a reroll. That didn't help at all. Okay. Just wasted 15 gold. It's no problem, no problem, no problem. Got some performance issues to figure out as well, which is going to be a little bit tough, I think, but we'll figure it out. Ooh, a gun scrambler. Quickness times 4? Let's do it. Do I want to scramble a gun? I'm really tempted to scramble this one, but I know it's not going to work. YOLO. Yeah, okay, that was not a good scramble. My DPS went down. Okay, well. Such is the randomness, I guess. I think I just noticed a problem with the bomber. His status receiver component needs to be up further. Quickness times 5? How many times can this stack? I'll take it. I think I forgot to investigate my gun parts that I had available. Oh well. Yeah, it's starting to lag a little bit. I gotta figure out where this lag is coming from. Maybe it's all the bullets, but I don't know. Even when there's no bullets flying, it's a little bit laggy, so not sure. Okay. Another gun scrambler. Do I dare do it again? Quickness times 6. How many times can this stack? Seven is the max stacks. Well, I'm close. Times 6. Ooh, that's a big DPS increase. Actually, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to scramble the gun just to see what that does. Okay. Well, that was not a good... Well, actually, Actually, it's fine. We'll put that one there. Yeah, that was actually all right. Those both reduce. Let's do a reroll. Okay, there's a straight DPS increase. Okay. I'm so fast. I may have to reduce that max stacks for that. So wave 18, so one more wave after this. And then we're golden pony boy. I don't think, yeah, the low rider spider still doesn't have a proper death animation, so I need to handle that as well, but all right, let's see. Quickness times 7. Might as well go for the max stacks. I like the DPS there, but the capacity is rough. I could take that. Put bullet pierce. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's try it. Oh wait, this is wave 19, not wave 20. One more to go. Feeling pretty good though. I got, I'm basically untouchable with how fast I am. All right, now we're getting to the boss. Lowrider Spider, here we come. I'm gonna take another bodyguard. Give it a good old reroll just to see. That was a good reroll. Let's do poison. Whoa, 7? 7? No, that's ridiculous. I don't even have 7 runes. Anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm not killing this guy nearly as fast as I was before. Alright, Lowrider Spider's dead. I mean, he's not dead. I haven't handled his death properly, but... Get all my gold and get out. Sweet. 73 gold. Sweet. Alright, can I buy anything? Oh yeah, drop an additional 1 to 2 gold coins will be dropped whenever gold is dropped. That's a good one to get because then it increases the speed at which you can get all these upgrades. I also want to add refunding. What was the other thing I was going to do? Oh. So the Lowrider Spider Meteor attack can go out of bounds. I want to change that as well. I guess actually. There we go. So yeah, a lot of work to do still, but gradually getting there. I think it's shaping up really good. Hopefully you all will be happy with it. We'll enjoy the game. Okay. Pause, menu, tweak. Did I actually move that over? Yeah, done. Got to make sure to move that over. Okay, that'll be it for the stream today. Gonna go grab me some lunch. But thank you all for watching and being here. It's always great to have you. And again, if you want to support my work, check out the links in the description below. The best way to financially support me at the moment is to pick up one of my Udemy courses. And of course, you'll also learn how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. Also, just check out the other links, wishlist, Gunforged, sign up for my newsletter at firebelly.com. And of course, liking and watching my videos and subscribing to the channel also helps a great deal. So with that, thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.